Hello, YouTube. How y'all doing? Welcome to a safe space with Dr. Lillie. This evening, we will be covering a lot. Welcome again to a safe space with Dr. Lillie. I am Dr. Lillie Young. I'm your humanitarian who loves to help my community. I'm your wellness practitioner, coach with a listening ear. And that is what this is all about, being a listening ear. Because when you're going through things, the most important thing to have in that moment of grief, loss, and your trauma is a listening ear. And on a safe space with Dr. Lillie, I am your listening ear. Um, your grief, your loss, your trauma, your heavy burden days, I am going to be there for you. I am here for you to unpack all that you are going through. I am your listening ear. I am here to hold that space with you. So when you feeling those heavy burdens coming down, remember, a safe space with Dr. Lillie is here for you. Hello, King Allen. How you doing? I have to make you a moderator, my love. I have to make you a moderator, Reverend Dr. JC. How y'all doing tonight? Um, you don't, well, a lot of people mess up when people are grieving. We always want to hand somebody a tissue. No, you don't need a tissue. You need that listening ear. Again, I am your listening ear. It's always about a safe space. And if a person doesn't feel safe, they don't trust you, there is no way of communication. That person is going to shut down. My place in your life while you are going through your grief, your loss, and your trauma is to be your listening ear. Again, you don't need that tissue. You need a listening ear. Hey, what's going on, my girls? Queen, speak with your girl Marcella. Everybody, be sure to subscribe to each other's channel, okay? So these are some things that we're going to be going over. We will be covering what is grief, what is loss, what is trauma. Again, I am a grief and loss specialist. I'm also certified in women's wellness. I am certified as a somatic therapist in somatic therapy. There are so many things that I'm going to be here to cover with you guys. I'm certified in functional medicine. We're gonna cover a lot, and I'm so grateful to see some familiar faces in here because it means so much to me. So if you guys can please like, subscribe, comment, and share this video, please. Thank you all. So, again, I am Dr. Lillie. Welcome to a safe space with Lillie. I am your listening ear. Okay, what is grief? Let's start this out, y'all. Grief is the natural, acute, emotional, and physical response to a significant loss. What is loss? Loss is the act of losing someone or something or the state of being deprived. We all have experienced grief and loss. Grief and loss is not punishment, not at all. So I'm going to read this to you. My whole thing is about elevation. I'm here to elevate you. I am here to be your listening ear when you're experiencing your grief and loss and your trauma. Elevation just isn't about rising up. It's lifting others with you. Grief and loss aren't punishment. They're a chance to grow, to heal, and become the strongest, most compassionate version of yourself. Your story isn't over. It is evolving. So I know some of you all in my chat that have just experienced loss and you are grieving. Grief is not punishment. That loss is not punishment. No, it is evolving because everybody that's in your life, we all look somewhat temporary, whether we want to admit it or not. But your grief is not temporary. Never feel. I'm going to give you an example that I learned in my curriculum. Sometimes people feel like, why haven't you moved on? That's not fair. You should never tell somebody to move on because everyone carries their grief differently. Some people, when they're dealing with grief, they're not insane when they do this. Listen to me. I learned this in my class. It's like they gave an example of a woman. She would talk to her husband's photo. And everybody be, why don't you just move on? That's just nonsense. She's crazy. That's not crazy. That is part of grieving. And it is okay. It is okay to grieve. So I'm going to give you a point of view from trauma. I learned this in my trauma class from Ryan and Matt, the instructors. While in trauma, I saw somebody do this just recently. And I was like, oh my God, before I actually had taken this course in my trauma-informed coaching class. And the person, I saw them outside yelling. And what's the first thing to come to our minds? Oh, they must be cray-cray. No, they're not cray-cray. I learned in that class, it is productive to go outside and just yell, because you have to release all of that you're feeling. Because if you hold things in, it causes other things to affect inside your body. So long as you're not harming anybody, go away from people. And if you feel like you got to just scream and yell, that is normal. So don't let people tell you that you cray-cray. No, it's normal. And I appreciate Ryan and Matt for teaching that, because we are so quick to call people cray-cray when they're outside. You don't know what people are experiencing. Everybody experiences some form of trauma, grief, and loss. So when you see somebody outside, as long as they're not tearing up things and they just might be, they are releasing what they're feeling. Allow people to release what they're feeling. We need to be what? A listening ear, even in that moment. So loss is the act of losing someone or something, or the state of being deprived. I'm going to give you guys some of the background of myself. A lot of you guys know my story. I've written the book, The Purple Cinderella. I myself, Dr. Lillie, has experienced so much grief. I grew up and I had a traumatic childhood beyond some people's imaginations. And I experienced grief. I experienced so much different forms of loss. I lost my mother at the age of 5. I never knew my mom. I lost my father at 12 years old. And there was so much trauma. I am surprised I am here today to give you my testimony. So much trauma. But because of my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, I am here. He made it able for me to go out and get the learning that I needed in the curriculums and the certifications that I have gotten, so I can help others that may be going through the same thing. No, I'm not here to fix you. That's the wrong thing to ever tell somebody that they need to be fixed. No. Mm-mm. That's the wrong thing to do. So this is my book, The Purple Cinderella. I actually wrote this book, I think, in 2014. And I wrote it within, I think, 43 hours. Had it written and out, published in 43 hours. My book is The Purple Cinderella, Surviving Multiple Childhood. And I can't say that word here on YouTube. But you see the word, you all? That is it. So I'm going to read the back of my book. And I'm not trying to just really just promote my book, but I want to be relatable to those of you that are going through trauma, grief, and loss. So I'm going to read the back of my book to you, okay? Hang in there with me. I got more for you, okay? I am the Purple Cinderella. I got my glass slipper back at the beautiful age of 38. What led me to that moment was a life full of heartache and pain. I found myself at the point of suicide. In that pivotal moment, I got my glass slipper back, my life. I walked around dead inside for many years. My heart-wrenching childhood took me there. I was raped by my adult stepbrothers, some of my adult step uncles, some of my adult step cousins, and other men. They all stole a part of Cinderella's glass slipper. I became used to the childhood torture. I accepted the torture. I even fell in love with the torture. Not only was I made to lie on my back and service to pedophiles, my sister and I were slave labor for my stepfamily as well, forced to scrub and clean like Cinderella. Heartache and pain continued through my adulthood, bandages, crying inside. But at the pivotal moment of 38, God gave me life. Now I live. I got my glass slipper back. And those of you who want to know how to get my book, you can purchase my book, The Purple Cinderella, at Amazon.com. Just put in there author Lillie Young and put in The Purple Cinderella, and it'll come up. So let's get back to the goods that we are here for. Thank you for coming to my live. Welcome to A Safe Space with Dr. Lillie. Okay, so that is my background. I shared my story with you all. But I will kind of tap back in here and there because I want to give you more of what grief and loss I have experienced. But we don't have to do that all in this one live, okay? I got you guys. What is the purpose of a life coach? Let me say this to you. To be a life coach, you are not required to get certified. But because I wanted to know what I'm talking about, so when I come on my live, I can give you what you want and I give you what you need. That listening ear. I am certified. I am certified as a life coach and I am certified as a trauma coach as well, a trauma-informed coach. So, what is a life coach? A life coach helps you clarify your personal or professional goals, identify obstacles, and create actionable strategies to achieve them. That is what a life coach is. Again, you are not required to be certified as a life coach. I am certified. I am certified also as a trauma-informed coach as well, because I'm here to give you what you want and I'm here to give you what you need. An ear, a listening ear. So, what is the purpose of a trauma coach? That is me. I am a trauma-informed coach. My purpose, what I will help you achieve, personal and professional goals while safely navigating your past experiences. We will focus on building resilience, empowering you with healthy coping skills, and preventing re-traumatization, all without crossing into clinical therapy. And what is the purpose for this specific thing? Let me tell you this. I am certified in some somatic therapy, certified in women wellness, a certified coach, a certified trauma-informed coach, and grief and loss specialist, certified in functional medicine. I am not MD. I am not a therapist. I am not a psychotherapist. I am not a psychiatrist. I do not have a medical degree. I cannot prescribe any medication. Let me say that again. I cannot prescribe any medication. I do not diagnose anything. I am a wellness practitioner and coach. I am your listening ear. So I want to tell you all those things because it's important that I'm truthful with you guys. Because you got to have trust between you and your practitioner, between you and your coach. It is about building trust. If you have no trust, we do not have a practitioner and a client. We do not have what? A listening ear. Let me see what some of you all saying. That's right, Reverend Dr. JC. You would know. You are a reverend. You know exactly. You are a doctor as well, so you know exactly what I'm saying. You get me. We get each other, okay? So, as I stated, the trauma coach will focus on building resilience, empowering you with healthy coping skills, and preventing re-traumatization, all without crossing clinical therapy. So, this is one of the topics we're going to cover as well that I am certified in, and that is somatic therapy. Somatic therapy, stress, trauma gets stored in your neuromuscular system. Somatic, self-sensing, self-moving, self-learning. But we will discuss more of this later because the first couple of shows I will do, we're going to focus on grief and loss, okay? Functional medicine. Functional medicine has often been called the medicine of why? Listen carefully. It is a way of thinking, then a way of practicing medicine. Each person's story is unique. Functional medicine is to listen to you. It is built upon self-care, anchored by concept that food as medicine. We will cover more of that later. But again, the first couple lines that I would do would be about grief and loss. Everyone has experienced grief and loss. So functional medicine looks at why a body feels off. Nutrition, movement, mindset, and lifestyle. So those are the things that I am certified in. How y'all doing out there? What are you talking about? Hey, Queen. All right, all right, all right. So, with grief and loss, never tell a person to get over it. Also, I want to make a statement as well, because that's something that we learned, that this is something that's imperative that I got to state. If you ever feeling, because I can't say the word here on YouTube, if you ever feeling that you no longer want to be on earth with the other human beings, call 988. That is the suicide hotline. It is imperative that I tell you that, because that's something that they teach us in grief and loss. Every class I have taken, we must give you that. Okay? So we're going to be moving along. I'm going to say something about trauma right quick. There are 4 different F's in trauma. There's fight, flight, freeze, and fawn. So how would you act in fight? Bullying, impulse to control, defensive, roping. I have been in the fight mode plenty of times, I'm not going to lie to you, but